Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Welcome back to another live show. I promised y'all a live show from the studio, and that is this live show. This is episode 139. That's right, IrixGuy's live show 139. Episode 139. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. Malachi Cordova. Malachi, welcome back. Welcome back, Malachi. And I hope I got it. Malachi, did I pronounce that correctly, Malachi? Because I know during a walk show, a live walk show, I was saying Malachi and Malaki, but it is Malachi. Malachi, is that correct, Malachi? If it's not, just tell me and I'll correct the pronunciation. So this is a live show from the studio. If you're watching this at approximately 7:30 p.m. New York City time. That's right, 7:30 p.m. New York City time. This is a live show. So if you want to, Jake, I know. You know what? Because of your feedback, Jake, I pushed this live show back a few hours because I know I think I was targeting a little bit earlier. And you had indicated that I think you said you were on call or something, and I just want to make sure that worked. Fly Right Drones, awesome. Hey, it's the man. It's the man, IrixGuy. Yes, it is. And it is the man, Fly Right Drones. Let me get something over here. I'll be right back. Y'all, okay? So this, if you've forgotten, this is the sound of the super chat. So if you click that super chat button and you do a super chat, the sound of the super chat will erupt. But only when there's a super chat. So just a reminder. Yes. Jake says, yes. My sisters and girlfriend are with me, by the way. Maya, McKenna, and Katie. Is that correct? See, I remember this stuff. I remember y'all in the live audience here. So this is really cool. So let's see. Let me get another swig of my fine beverage. Oh, thanks for the super chats the other day. I was able to get me some more fine beverage. Yes. Good stuff. So let's see. We have this audio, man. I tell you, I've been stoked with this Rodecaster Pro. I mean, this thing has upgraded my audio quality so much. The lighting in here, thanks to a little bit of trial and error, I've been able to perfect the lighting in the studio, and that's made a huge difference. I mean, I'm able to get. You probably see the sweat on my forehead, man. Yeah, I mean, this stuff works. It really does. So let's see. We got Jake. Jake says, oh, and I see I was on Wolf Island, Ontario, Canada, and wasn't sure with the ferry time. We caught the 5:30 back to Kingston. Very cool. Very, very cool. And if you've forgotten or you weren't part of that live show, Jake Eves is he's the guy that has talked about the Terry Peppers foghorn videos. If you haven't watched the Terry Peppers foghorn videos, be sure to check those out. They're life-changing videos. Malachi says, how you doing, guys, in the comments? Malachi wants y'all to respond. Tell Malachi how y'all are doing. Talking to y'all, everybody's watching this live show. Don't forget your IrixGuy's Adventure Channel merchandise. I've got these shirts. They're linked in at the top of the live show. They're available in different colors. Also, I have male and female cuts available. So you can check them out there. Crystal clear video and sound. Fly Right Drones. Appreciate that. Just for that. because of the kind words, I'm going to do something that I only typically do for super chats. Crystal clear sound. How does that sound? Jake says, the Wolf Island Ferry is on the half hour in the evenings from Wolf Island, and on the hour from Kingston, and in the morning hour from the island, half hour from Kingston. That's a tongue twister. Jake says, I'm fine. And Malachi says, good. Epic. It looks like the hair and makeup staff did not get this shiny, sweaty stuff off my forehead. I need to fire the existing crew and get a new crew. This is unacceptable. So what's everybody excited about? Is there a new drone on the horizon? Are you excited about the new Mavic Air Series drone? You know, I know there's a lot of people that are excited about that. Are you excited about it? Oh, yeah. So, yep, I've got something. Brad, you want to dial into the Skype? You want to join Face on Video and talk about your DJI FPV? If you've got a smartphone or something available, or if you want to, hey, you can call into the IrixGuy's Adventure Channel studio. I got the line right here. I can toss you the number. You can call in if you don't want to be Face on Video. Malachi says, yeah. Welcome aboard, everyone. Welcome aboard. So it's good to be back in the studio. Jake says Wolf Island is getting a new 75-car ferry, possibly this year, and we'll probably have 2 ferries when the Wolf Islander 4 arrives. I'll get a video of it so you guys can see what both look like. That'd be epic. You know, nothing, few things are more exciting than car ferries. Without car ferries, we couldn't take our cars and trucks from one island to the other. I mean, car ferries are crucial. Also commonly referred. Fun fact, I call them car ferries as well, but you go into certain places and they don't call them car ferries, they call them car barges. And if you call them a car ferry, they look at you funny. So when I'm in St. John, I call it a car barge. Even though I would call it a car ferry, I call it a car barge there just to not look crazy. Jake says the summer will be the Wolf Islander 3. Then when the 4 comes, I will video it. The Wolf Island 4, that's going to be cool, dude. Yep, you will have to video that, share the link, and I'll be sure to share the link on an upcoming live show, because that is crazy. So I've been trying to improve the golf game. You know, I play a lot of golf, and I got this tool. I'm going to be publishing a video about it later. And what this tool will do is it's goes in the rear end of my golf clubs, in the grip, the end of the grip. And what this tool does, it tracks, it hears when it knows when it hits the ball. So when I tee off and I'm using my driver, it'll know when I hit the ball. Fly Right Drone loves the sound effects. And then after you hit the ball and you go to your next shot, it knows the club that you used previously, and it knows the club that you're hitting with then. What this tool does is collects all the data, and then it uses analytics to enable you to improve your game. It's got a smart caddy built in that is basically like having your own caddy that knows all of your shots historically. And the smart caddy will make recommendations based upon your past performance with your clubs in your bag. So this is going to be a really cool video. Brad says, I'll call in like 15 minutes. Brad, I think I've got your email address, but I've redone my email tool. Can you message me on the Facebook IrixGuy page, and then I'll just toss you a link. I'll toss you a link to Skype if you want to do that. I mean, you don't have to do video. You can do audio only. That's cool. Or I'll shoot you the IrixGuy's Adventure Channel Studios phone number, and you can just call into that. Yes, sir. And then we got Jake says, look up Wolf Islander 3 Kingston if interested in what it looks like. I'm definitely interested. I'm looking at Wolf Islander 3 Kingston. I'm looking that up right now. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. That's huge. That is huge. I need to get my screen share out. Let me see if I can plug this in here and share this. Oh, man, this is massive. Whoa. The Wolf Islander 3. Let me get my screen share up in a second because I want to share this with everyone. Fly Right Drone says, are you buying the DJI FPV drone, IrixGuy? I am not, unless I've got, a lawyer or a member of the FAA, some authoritative figure that comes on board and says, this is why you can do it, and here it is in writing. Because my fear, if I got the DJI FPV, and if I put the goggles on, and again, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a member of the FAA or anything like that, but my fear is that if I got the DJI FPV, that I'd have the goggles on, and to my understanding, and I may be incorrect, but to my understanding, with goggles, I wouldn't be able to maintain visual line of sight with the drone. And to my understanding, that would it would not be in adherence with the guidelines, at least in a lot of countries. Now, if I'm out over international waters, I would have no problem flying the DJI FPV with goggles. But since I don't really have my boat ready and I'm not going to go out in the middle of the ocean right now, I don't know if I'm going to buy it. And, unless somebody that's an authoritative figure can tell me and then provide something in writing explaining that you're safe to do that. Because I'm afraid of it. But if you're shopping for the DJI FPV, you can head on over to epicdroneshow.com and you can find it there. I'll call in like 15 minutes. I'm not on Facebook, Brad says. Yeah, Brad, shoot me an email. You've got my email. Shoot me an email and I'll pull that up and I'll reply with the studio's phone number. Kyle says, what kind of cooling beverage you got going on? Good question. So this right here, and it's not a top tier. I'm not drinking I've got it over there. I don't have the Master Blender's Legacy. That's too fancy. That's a sipping rum. But what this is it's an Appleton rum, Appleton Estate from Jamaica. Nothing great. I mean, Appleton Estate is great, but it's not this would not be their sipping rum tier, in my opinion. This is just a basic entry-level Appleton rum. But then I've got pina colada. Got some pina colada in here, and I've got fresh orange and some ice, and I blended it up. And then Malachi says, do you play guitar? I feel like you would. Dude, I can't even play a guitar. I can't play any. I can play a didgeridoo, and I can only play a didgeridoo when people super chat. So if anybody super chats, you will hear my didgeridoo. But no, I have no rhythm, no musical abilities. I have none of that. Jake says, it's 190 feet end to end and 20 feet in width. 360 view on the bridge after a refit. And it's an in-loading ferry owned by MTO Canada. Hal said, Facebook's the devil. I agree. I don't like Facebook. I love YouTube, but I don't like Facebook. Facebook blocked my website. They blocked my website, IrixGuy.com, from Instagram and Facebook. Why did they do that? I've messaged them multiple times. They never respond. I hate Facebook. And I hate Instagram too, because Instagram's owned by Facebook. Jake says, capacity 56 cars maximum. And Jake says, and depending on size. Malachi says, sick, man. Jake. Jake says, I have a few vids of our local VAR ferries from Frontenac to and MV Glenora and MV Quint Loyalist. Those are fancy names. Fancy. We're getting fancy with this. So I got a PlayStation 5 today. I got a PlayStation 5 today. And I had it for about 20 minutes. Yep. It's amazing how high in demand those PlayStation 5s still are. Jake says, Car, I should say, show a photo, IrixGuy, you were. Yeah, let me plug in my, and see, this is where I got to get fancy. I got to get my cable here. Let me get my cable, and I'm going to share a photo of this car ferry. Kyle C says, sounds like a dandy of a drink. Getting tanked tonight? No, man, not tonight. Got to get my cables. Oops, I forgot to loop my background. We go into my background and tell it to loop. Oops. Loop. There we go. Background I filmed on Pinellas. Not Pinellas, that's in Tampa. This was Pinell Island. I kayaked over to this island from St. Martin, the French side. Malachi says, we have a PS5 and it's awesome. Yeah, it looks cool. I didn't have time for games, and I was just like, man, I got this, and I'm going to make a quick buck, so I did. I'm sure the guy that I sold it to is happy with it. I was going to do an unboxing video, but I decided to just sell it. Sell it in the box, unopened. Let's see if that's the right one. I think I plugged in the wrong cable. Oops, I plugged in the wrong cable. Let's see, let me plug in the correct cable. See if I can share this awesome ferry. Yes, sir. Let me pull this up. So Jake and everyone out there watching, I'm about to share the Wolf Islander 3. This is the ferry that Jake's been talking about. Let me share this here. Share this ferry. Hold on. Got to open it up here and bring it over to my share monitor. Let's see. We're going to have this up here in a second. I know it's going to be worth the wait. Okay, here we go. It's got to do, let's see. There we go. Ha ha. Gotta maximize it. Oh, this is the Wolf Islander 3 Ferry, y'all. Let me pull this up so y'all can see this sucker. Hold on a second here. Multi-view. Let's go over to camera 2. That behind me right there, y'all, is the Wolf Islander 3 Ferry. Look at that. Look at that. That is the Wolf Islander 3 Ferry. Massive. It's huge. That is huge. That is huge. The Wolf Islander 3 Ferry, thanks to Jake. Jake, thanks for thank you for sharing that Wolf Islander 3 Ferry. Now I'm going to teleport back to Saint Martin, the French side. So, let's see. We got the Wolf Islander 3. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Checking my email to see if Brad sent an email because Brad wants to dial in here. Oh, yeah. So, Brad says the Air 2 will probably nearly match the Mavic 2 Pro. I bet it will. Yeah. You think the Air 2 is going to have, you think the new Mavic Air 2 is going to have USB recharge capability? Malachi says, I have a question. Is this all you do for work? You're pretty good at it. No, this is dropping the hat, dude. I run multiple concurrent business ventures. This is just one of many, but I appreciate that. I wish it was the only thing I did because that'd be pretty cool, you know, to make a living solely off of YouTube. I know a lot of people that do, and I want to get there soon. Speaking of that, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Ring that bell icon when you do. And also consider creating a channel membership. Excuse me. Channel memberships are now available, and that's an even better way to support the channel. Also, you can choose to super chat during live shows such as this one. There's that super chat icon in the chat section. If you choose to super chat, I will blow the sound of the super chat. So I'll make a really cool sound with this thing right here if you choose to super chat. Doesn't have to be a lot. You know, whatever you choose to super chat, the sound of the super chat right here will make a sound. So, Malachi says, great sound, great quality and sound. You're doing good at it. Appreciate that. I've been working on this, man. I mean, you know, again, been an independent YouTube channel. You know, I'm trying to get the equipment that sounds good, trying to get the equipment that looks good from a video and lighting perspective. But obviously, I must adhere to a very tight budget. You know, I mean, I'm not part of a multi-channel network. You know, I don't have an influx of cash coming in. So it is what it is. And let's see, Jake says, at 19 feet in length, it will be the largest The 3 will be number 2 largest when 4 arrives. Man. Kyle C says, let's a burp rip and says subscribe and super chat. Ah ha ha. Cold-blooded. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Whoa, whoa. Let's see what we got here. Yep. Bunch of good stuff coming, man. I mean, we've got the new drones coming. We've got, I don't know, I'm excited. I know, and not everybody plays golf. You know, I love golf, but I'm excited to bring these videos to the to the channel from experiences with the Arcos, because that's gonna be a game changer. Not just a game changer from a technological perspective, but a game changer from an improvement, measurable improvement on the golf course. You know, how can I measure my improvement on the golf course or my failures on the golf course? You know, is my game improving? Is it getting worse? Is it across the board? Are there certain clubs? Are there certain types of shots? You know, what's causing me to become a better golfer, and or what's causing me to become a worse golfer? Discuss. And that's what the analytics that this thing will provide will do. So Jake says, the old Wolf Islander 1 was Steam Wolf Islander 2. The first diesel ferry the island had followed by the MS William Darrell, the ferry to the USA. My sisters and girlfriend can burp on command. They do it when I do Facebook privé vlogs. Malachi says, I subscribed and hit the bell, but I can't get Super Chat, have to pay stuff. Yeah, Super Chat's in the chat section, and you can click it if you want a Super Chat. Again, completely optional. Kyle C, what's your average score? Depends on how many natty lights I drink. Typically, my score improves if I have 4 or 5 natty lights. The heat comes into play. If it's too hot, I don't play as well. If it's really windy, I don't play as well. If it's on a, it's kind of crazy, man. It is kind of crazy. I don't really know. I mean, typically, if I play every day, and again, I run so many different concurrent business ventures that I don't get to play as much golf as I used to when I ran one business. When I ran one business, I would play almost every day, which was great. And when I was playing that much, I was usually shoot about 8 over par. But now I'm about 20 or 30 over. Malachi, I'm sorry to hear that, and just for that, I'm going to give you a free sound of the Super Chat. And again, this is typically reserved for people that Super Chat only. But because of your situation, I'm going to give you a free sound of the Super Chat. That was for you, Malachi. Let's see what we got here. Kyle says, beer is a magic elixir for golf. Have to be loose. Yeah, you got to be loose, man. So you get. See, that's the thing. You get out there. You don't have any of those natty lights. You're just like, oh, just gripping the club, and then you start having the natty lights, and it's like, and instead of the swing, it's like, you start having the natty lights, and it's like. That's how it works. You got it, man. Jake says, my GTA versus average score is over 500 points on my PS5. There you go. Malachi, you're welcome. Malachi, thanks for your viewership. Malachi, there you go. Sorry to had studio delivery. They were coming in. They were talking about some studio improvements. So I'm sorry, I had to go. Went hot mic off for a minute there. I had to chat. So yeah, Jake says, Malachi, there you go. Sorry to hear. Sending you a salute to your grandpa. There you go. Got mad support, Malachi. Malachi's a great guy. Malachi's a great guy. Malachi is always here on the live shows, and that makes Malachi a great guy. And even if you weren't on the live shows, Malachi, you'd still be a great guy. So there you go. So, what else we got shaking here, man? I tell you, I love, and I don't know, I mean, it doesn't take much to impress me, but things that impress me the most are things that are easy to use and produce quality results. And I tell you, this ATEM Mini Pro that I use for my live streams now, it's been a game changer. It's so easy to use once you figure it out. They keep the firmware updated. Blackmagic Design just has done a phenomenal job with this. And the funny thing is, and I don't have the need for it because I don't have more cameras right now. But if I had more cameras and more microphones, they have a Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro Extreme, an extremely big. I've got the ATEM Mini Pro, but the extremely big ATEM Mini Pro, and I think it's like 8 or 10 cameras or HDMI inputs. I'd have to look at the specs, but that thing is extremely huge. And if I had more cameras, man, I would do that. I'd have these cameras flipping around everywhere. So again, if you can support the channel, if you want to become a channel member, you can subscribe to not just subscribe to the channel, but join as a channel member. And that's, I mean, it's just what it is. And then let's see. Kyle says, that drink's lasting too long. Chug a chug. Yeah, you're right. It is. If you only knew how much Appleton rum I put in that. Malachi Cordova says, not always on the show, have to watch a baby. Man, yeah, you don't need to disregard your baby to watch the show. And I mean, this show's appropriate for all age groups, but I don't know if I'd probably wait until about 13 to watch this channel. I mean, not that there's anything inappropriate. There's never any profanity or anything. I mean, it's just, I think it'd be better for an older age group. But, yeah, good stuff, man. I tell you, I had an exciting journey the other day with a printer. Had a Canon TS302. How do you change the ink on a Canon TS302? Tango Sierra 302. How do you change the ink? I posted a video explaining that. So that was exciting. Jake says, man, I'm having a hard time moving around with my leg cast on and in pain. Rolled my ATV again. Busted my leg up so bad. ATV, all-terrain vehicle, in case people don't know. That's awful, man. Those ATVs are heavy. Now, do you do, up there in Canada, do you have a snowmobile or do you just do like a four-wheeler? I mean, do you get snow where you are? I'm sure you probably get snow where you are. So, Jake, what'd you think about installing the ink in the Canon TS302? Woohoo! Canon TS302. Woohoo! Wow. I had to pop this up. This screen share, man, I absolutely love this 8. And again, I've got the A10 Mini Pro. I don't have the Extreme. I don't have an extreme number of ports of mine. Jake says, in the same place I rolled it 6 years ago and only an ATV. Okay, so you don't have a snowmobile. That's cool. I'd love to do, I was going to do a snowmobile in Whistler in British Columbia. But it was weird. The time I was there, it was typically like deep snow season. They didn't have enough snow. Malachi says, need to make dinner. Good night. Well, have a good dinner, Malachi, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you the next live show for sure. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, so that new golf improvement tool that I got, I'm excited to do the video reviews of that. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Malachi says, Jake says, well, I didn't actually watch it. Not my cup of tea, you know what I mean. Hey, I understand, but if you watch it, it may enlighten you. Loading the ink in a printer can be pretty exciting, man. Malachi says, one more question. Do you have any collection that makes you happy? The only thing I like to collect wristwatches, and this one I got in the Cayman Islands after stiff negotiations, and really that's really the only thing I collect. I used to collect baseball cards, but I like dive watches. If I can't swim in it, I don't like it. This one's really cool. I've enjoyed it, and it doesn't even have a date on it, man. It's just a dive watch. But that's really all I collect. That's really all I collect. I collect wristwatches, and I like to collect good rum, but that's a collection that's consumed. And, I've got one rum that I got from Bermuda, and it's sitting right over there. I can see it out of the corner of my eye. And it's the Gosling's Family Reserve. It's in a box. And I'm not going to open that until my channel hits 100 million video views. But when it does, I will open that Gosling's Family Reserve rum here on the channel and drink it. So I do collect rum. I collect rum, I collect scotch whiskey, I collect wristwatches. Kyle sees, I do have a Seamaster. I've got a Mega Seamaster 300M with a blue wave dial, pre-coaxial. That was one of the James Bond watches. I've got the Submariner 114060 no date, which is what I'm wearing right now. I've got the Panerai PAM 112, which is another dive watch. Ulysses Nardin Maxi Marine Diver 42 millimeter with burgundy dial, which is a dive watch. The Jaeger LeCoultre Master Control 40 millimeter, which is on a stainless. It's typically found on leather, but I've got it on stainless. It's a dress watch. Let's see, what else do I have? I've got the Tudor Black Bay 58 with blue, which is a dive watch. It's got a titanium bezel. It's pretty cool. I've got the Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 2 in 42 millimeter with ceramic bezel, which is a dive watch, and it has a shark mesh bracelet. It's pretty cool. The Breitling Super Avenger, the Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 42, which is a diver, and then I've got the Breitling Super Avenger, which is like a pilot's watch. It's a chronograph and a chronometer, but it's really big. I got it back in 2009, and I like it, but it's almost too big by today's standards. There was a craze, where watches were a little bit larger, and I think now for most men, I think right now the best watch size is about 39 mil to 42 mil. So this right here hits the sweet spot, 40 millimeter. So I don't wear the Super Avenger as much as I used to. And then I've got the 114 114-300, the 39 mil OP Oyster Perpetual with a white dial. So, yeah, but it's funny you say, do I have the Seamaster? Actually, the Seamaster was my first real, what I would call my first real timepiece. And it's a tank, man. I've bashed into walls. I've been in hot tubs, oceans, swimming pools, showers. It's held up like a tank, man. There are some scratches on the bezel. And actually on the Seamaster 300M, the bezel did develop quite a bit of patina from all the abuse. You know, the suntan lotion, the salt water, the soaps and the chlorines in the pools and all that stuff. So it's been a great piece. I highly recommend Omega. And I think Omega is definitely underrated. They're definitely underrated. Jake says, I'm saying light to medium drinker. I'm going to say farewell till next time. Jake, there you go, man. Thanks for tuning in. Tell Maya, McKenna, and Katie, thanks for tuning in also. Always appreciate it. And awesome stuff, man, with the car ferries. That was really cool. That was really cool. Yeah, Kyle, Omega is super underrated. I think the problem with Omega, and it's not a problem, but I think they, and again, you know, I got into collecting, you know, primarily because I was a big James Bond fan. And, you know, James Bond, his watches were, you know, the Omega. He liked Omega and he liked Rolex. And I got into Omega just because, well, it was the price point for entry was a little bit less. But just like the Rolex, I mean, you get the core references, the value will likely continue to go up. I mean, even when you wear these things and, you know, you wear them like they're meant to be worn, probably in a few years, they'll probably be worth more than they were when you got them new. So both are great brands. Obviously, Rolex, Hans Willdorf Foundation, they have excellent marketing. And part of what's placed them on a pedestal over Omega is just their excellent marketing. I mean, both brands have been, you know, featured in James Bond films. And, you know, James Bond is, you know, when you think of, you know, classy things and this, that, and the other, you know, the cars, the watches, the clothes, all of that. When you think of James Bond, you know, you think of sophisticated and you think of not only sophisticated, but you also think of timeless. And, you know, that's the thing with me. You know, I don't, you know, I like, when it comes to trends, I like trends with technology and that sort of stuff. But when it comes to timepieces and clothing and all of that, I like stuff that's timeless, you know, stuff that's never going to go out of style. Number one, I'm cheap. You know, I don't want to buy something just because it's hot today and it's going to be out of style tomorrow. You know, I want to buy something that, you know, potentially 10 years from now, if it's still in good condition, I can wear and still look great. You know, that's my, you know, that's my opinion when it comes to you know, fashion and that sort of stuff. Cal C says, I'm debating on the new Oyster Perpetual or Reverso to change it up. I think the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso is a great choice. You know, obviously that's the polo watch. You know, it's not, you know, and again, I don't have the Reverso. I've got the Master Control. Even in their dive line, like some of the new Polaris Jaeger-LeCoultres, which look really cool, you're not going to get the ruggedness with that you would with a, you know, the Rolex or an Omega. But as far as the quality of the movement and, you know, the 1,000 hours Master Control, I mean, they're subjecting, Jaeger-LeCoultre subjects their timepieces to 1,000 hours of testing with the movement in the actual watch case. And that's what sets them apart. And they don't even submit to the COSC. You know, both Rolex and Omega do. They submit to the COSC. Jaeger-LeCoultre doesn't do it because they do their in-house 1,000 hours Master Control. Exceptionally great piece. I think with the Reverso, you would be good. I would want a Reverso, and the only reason I didn't get the Reverso and I got the Master Control was because I've got a weird wrist. I got this little bone right here. It's kind of defective, and my watches wear funny, and I can't wear a rectangular watch. It just looks stupid on my wrist. So that's why I went with the circular. And actually, my Master Control is 40 millimeters. The current Master Control reference is 39 millimeters. I think between the two, if you're looking at an Oyster Perpetual or the Reverso, I think I would go with the Oyster Perpetual. Now, if you're going with the current models or the current references, keep in mind that they're, let's see, are they 40 or 41? I'd have to pull that out. The ones that were just retired in 2020, they were 39 mil. And I thought the 39 millimeter OP in either the white or the black dial, I felt they were great. The current Oyster Perpetual is, you look at the batons, it's got dual batons. A lot of people don't notice that, but a lot of people, once they notice it, they don't like it. It kind of messes with the symmetry of the piece. So, for that reason, I would probably, if I was you, I would steer you towards a 114-300, unless you have a really small wrist. I would steer you towards a 114-300 and look at that either in white or black. The value of those has started to go through the roof. And I think part of the reason is that the 39 mil Oyster Perpetuals were discontinued, and now you've got the current, what are they, 40 or 41? I'd have to look at the site. But, the new ones, like the blue dial, you're not going to get that anywhere. I mean, that's going to be a hard one to find. But I think, I don't think there's anything wrong with an Oyster Perpetual. I would probably, if value retention is of concern, I would definitely go with the OP over the Reverso. But if just overall craftsmanship and you're going to wear it primarily as a dress watch, you don't want to swim with it, then I would probably go with the Reverso. Reverso is, I like to look at the different brands, and I like to look at the core pieces for each brand. And when you think of Jaeger-LeCoultre, Reverso is their number one reference. I would say it's Reverso followed by Master Control. Whereas with Rolex, obviously, number one for them is arguably the Submariner, and it's. But I think the OP is nice because it's traditional, it's classic. It doesn't have all the writing on it. It's just a good piece you could swim with. You could wear it to work. You could wear it to a formal occasion or whatever, and you'd be all right. Now the Reverso you'd have to take off if you went to a party and it was a formal party and everybody got drunk, tried to jump in the water. You wouldn't want to go swimming with the Reverso. So for that reason, I would go with the OP over the Reverso. You never know where life's going to take you. Brad says, sorry, Irish guy. Just flew my drone from my deck with the storm clouds moving in. Man, storms. Kyle says, all right, dudes, I'm out. Chug that drink. I will do that. Good luck, man. Tune back in. Let us know which direction you go. Do you do Jaeger-LeCoultre or do you do the Oyster Perpetual? Which direction are you going to go? Let us know. That's a tough decision. I've been there, man. It's a good show. This is always good to get with y'all. Heck yeah. Man, we haven't had any super chats. This thing right here needs to be blown. The sound of the super chat. We need a super chat. Super chat, y'all. We need a super chat. Great question. PQ says, what do you think about the new gen of DJI? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm excited to see what they release next. Again, the DJI FPV I could not get. and the reason I couldn't get the DJI FPV is because I got a text message here. Hold on. Sorry. Tea time conversations. Here we go. And I don't know, the current the new gen of DJI, like I said, I couldn't get, although you can find it on epicdroneshow.com. I couldn't buy the DJI FPV because, and again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a member of the FAA or anything like that, but I couldn't find a permissible way to fly the DJI FPV with the goggles. So for that reason, I didn't buy it. It wouldn't be of any value for me. It wouldn't be of any value for my viewership. And it could have potentially landed me in a lot of trouble had I bought it. So and not just bought it, but used it. Alex's comments, yeah, I got to keep this stuff appropriate for all age groups. This is the didgeridoo. This is the sound of the super chat. If you choose to super chat, and there's a super chat icon within the chat section, if you choose to super chat, this will make a sound. But it'll only make a sound if you choose to super chat. So if you want to hear this thing make a sound, super chat. That's simple. Alex, that was funny, man. But I just can't. Yeah, I gotta keep the channel clean for all age groups, so I'm not gonna read that. No offense, man. I just, just how this channel goes. So, yep, got a bunch of good stuff going here. Brad says, I'll FaceTime on video with you here soon. Well, Brad, we need to do that. I've got, let's see, looking at my studio monitor. Hey, Monica. Oh, 50. Yeah, we're 53 minutes in already. Monica just said we're 53 minutes in. So, Brad, I don't know if I'm going to be able to extend it too much longer because I got some other, I got some business stuff I got to do. You know how that goes. So I got about 10 minutes, about 10 more minutes. Now, if people super chat, I might be able to extend that a little bit longer. But yeah, I'm unfortunately kind of tight on time for this show. Mm-hmm. Yup. Yeah, Brad, I do. But you know what? Maybe we can do a live show tomorrow. I'll have to see. I'm gonna try to get in the studio. Gonna try to get in the studio more. Getting into my studio is a challenge because I got so many things going. I mean, we all got things going, man. I mean, that's just, you get older, you get all these freaking business, you create all these businesses, and you got to operate them, and it just gets crazy. But that's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. But yeah, appreciate everyone tuning in here. I'm gonna have to vacate the studio. I've got to go to my other office and do some. I don't mix the ventures because I run multiple concurrent ventures, but I've got something. It's a service. And I think this service may be something that my viewers here may be interested in. So once I get that service live, once I get all the, all the nitty gritty and all that sorted out, it may be something that I share with y'all because it may be something y'all are interested in, being viewers of IrixGuy's Adventure Channel. But with that being said, I really appreciate everyone tuning in as always. It's been great. It seems like my network team has sorted out my network congestion issues. Not once during this broadcast, this live show, did I have any congestion. And Veronica, Yeah, Veronica said no network congestion. That's nuts. Brad says, I've got 3 drones out. I'm charging stuff right now. Very cool, man. Well, Brad, have fun with your drones. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Be safe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please be sure to do so. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. And ring that bell icon when you do, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day and be safe. See y'all later.